3 people are dead after 3 separate car accidents in Calgary last night. 2 were pedestrian vehicle collisions that left a man in his 20s and a man in his 50s dead. The third was a crash involving 2 pickup trucks that killed a woman in her 70s and injured 4 others. Police say speed and alcohol were a factor in that crash. Mayor Nenshi has finally heard state students' voices and came to speak on campus radio. Claire Fenton reports. The mother who killed her infant son in 2004 and attacked her 5-year-old son 2 years later apologized yesterday. Stacey Joy Bordeaux wept in court as she recounted the details of the murder of her baby and her attempt to smother her 5-year-old, leaving him severely brain damaged. She says she will never forgive herself for what she did. The 35-year-old Bordeaux pled guilty to manslaughter of Sean Fewer and attempted murder in failing to provide the necessities of life to her other son, who cannot be named. Bordeaux faces sentencing June 22nd. The future of a man accused of gunning down 3 people in the 2009 New Year's Day massacre is now in the hands of the Jersey. 28-year-old Real Honorario faces 3 counts of first-degree murder in the deaths of Sanjeev Mann, Aaron Bendel, and bystander Kenny Sua. Mann and Bendel were shot to death while inside Bolsa Vietnamese restaurant in Calgary's northeast, while Sua was killed as he ran to escape. The city of Calgary has released the official population number. Environmentalists have weighed in on the impact that this will have on our city and its resources. Angela Tassoni reports. Albertans are going to the polls on April 23rd. Premier Alison Redford dropped the writ today in what is expected to be an extremely competitive election battle. Leaders of the NDP, Liberal, Alberta, and Wildrose parties will seek to end the Conservative Party legacy that began in 1971. Currently, the PCs hold 67 seats in Alberta legislature, while the Liberals form the official opposition with 8 seats. The newly invigorated Wildrose Party is running second in the polls and is expected to challenge the Tory leadership. 4 of the city's southeast aldermen have gotten together to discuss funds allotted to Calgary Transit. Claire Fenton reports. An eerie reminder of last year's massive earthquake and tsunami is floating about 120 nautical miles from British Columbia's north coast. A Japanese squid fishing boat has drifted across the Pacific Ocean during the last year. Transport Canada officials say the 150-foot-long vessel may have to be towed into shore to eliminate any danger. The federal government has not issued a statement on what action it will take, if any. Victoria's Joint Rescue Coordination Centre says the boat is just the first piece of debris in an entire island of garbage floating towards British Columbia. The production of Twisted has hit the stage here in Calgary. Claire Fenton reports. World leaders are talking nuclear security in Seoul, South Korea this week. Prime Minister Stephen Harper also made sure to focus on trade and the economy during the meetings. Harper announced that Canada would commit more than $350 million over the next 5 years to eliminate the threat of mass destruction. He also talked free trade with Russia, Thailand, and Japan, and negotiated with India and the EU about entering the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The Trans-Pacific Partnership is a major trading bloc with New Zealand as one of the founding members. Aggressive parents canceled Easter for one Colorado town. An annual Easter egg hunt was abandoned because determined parents were jumping rope boundaries to ensure their child received an egg. The hunt attracts hundreds of kids each year, and organizers say it was getting too big for safety officials to control. The overeager parents were apparently the last straw. Children and rule-abiding parents were disappointed, calling the announcement a shame. Canada's Miss Universe entry was disqualified from the pageant after organizers discovered she was born a man. The 23-year-old Jenna Talakova started hormone therapy at 14 and underwent gender reassignment surgery in 2010. Miss Universe rules state that every contestant must be a natural-born female. Talakova is now consulting with a lawyer. Everyone's heard 3 months' salary is a good rule when buying an engagement ring. But a Swiss-based jewelry company plans to reset the standard with a ring entirely crafted from 1 diamond. The 150-carat diamond ring is valued around $70 million and took 1 year to create using special laser equipment. Just to give perspective, Elizabeth Taylor's famous ring was 33 carats. Regardless, the company sure isn't making it easier on men. Those are your top news stories, but sports is still ahead with Kayla Brooke. But first, Newsfile's Landon Chambers will be back with today's weather and tomorrow's forecast right after the break.